Oh, 100 grand shit.
Did you violate it?
This is your boy actor Jermel Howard. Shout out to Sicarah.com.
You've been on Power, you've played a role in the Tupac movie. So basically, I want to talk about how did you prepare for those roles? How did you prepare to get that? Because I'm sure a lot of people wanted that role.
Yeah, well, the role on Power, I played Brains. A lot of people wanted that role, but Courtney kind of tailored it for me. You know, when I got to the show, and she was telling me how they've been watching me for a while. They was just trying to find something that fit, so they kind of like tailored it for me. That role of Brains. So it wasn't that much competition for it. You know, and so I prepared for the role. It's pretty much an easy character. You know, I'm from the streets, so finding characters that I can relate to is easy. You know, I meet a lot of people that, from my neighborhood that I can pull that character out of any, I know somebody like that. Or I know somebody, not no killer.
Right. Let's clear that up.
Let's clear that up, But the character is familiar to me, so it was easy to snatch some memories and experience and pull it into my work.
So let me ask you, so where is your hood? Where are you from?
I am from Long Island. I grew up in pretty much Nassau County. I claim Freeport though.
Okay.
But pretty much Nassau County because I grew up. I went through different shelters and stuff like that, and then it ended up in some foster care and stuff. So I got to see different parts of Long Island. So everybody wants me to claim different parts, So I got my Hempstead people, I got my Roosevelt people, and Freeport, of course, was where I went to high school at.
Okay. So, you had mentioned when I was asking you earlier that, she tailored the role for you.
Yeah.
So where did she see you first?
I think they might have seen Luke Cage, the Marvel show Luke Cage on Netflix, where I play Shameik. If everybody remember that, I was bad in that too. But Shameik I like the character Shameik. But they seen that, and she probably try to tailor something from there. Because I was like, Power's my favorite show. So when I got the call to read, I was like, yeah. And then when I got there, I was like, I appreciate you for bringing me in. And she was like, well, we was watching you for a minute. We was just trying to find something that fit. Courtney Kemp said that, one of the executive producers, or the executive producer. So I loved being on this show. I was a fan before I got there.
Right, so that must be like a huge blessing in any shape or form. But yeah. I also want to ask you, so then how did you prepare for the Luke Cage?
Well, going into the Luke Cage, first of all, Marvel was just like huge. That's like one of my favorite things ever. I always used to write, I want to be in a Marvel movie. Down, because I believe in, writing things into existence. First it becomes thought, you write it down, you see it, meditate on it, and you bring things into existence. So I used to write, I want to be in a Marvel movie a lot. So I meditated on it, and it manifested as me being in a Marvel show. And I prepared for the role just studying and doing my mirror, I call it mirror work. Where I just get in the mirror and I'm back and forth with myself in the mirror. I take myself doing everybody else's parts in whatever scene we're doing. I take the scene doing everybody's parts, and then I play it back and read with myself in the mirror. So it kind of it trains the brain to remember faster. Your lines, because that's the first thing, it's just remembering your lines. Once you know your lines, you can actually get into acting, because reading your lines takes away a big part of you actually acting. Most people, they go to an audition and they reading off the paper and auditioning. James was it, but they concentrating on reading so much that they forget to actually
add emotion.
Yeah, add emotion and change into the character. So I do a lot of mirror work to prepare for the role of Shamik, who's one of Luke Cage's friends in the Marvel show.
So that's pretty dope, and I appreciate you sharing that because most people wouldn't even know how you even begin when it comes to doing these roles. Plus, it's a lot of lines. Plus, it's long to begin with. So you mentioned writing stuff down. Are you into vision boards?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Mine's is a little different from the traditional vision board. I don't believe in distorting a vision, so I wouldn't put too many things on a vision board. I specifically put one thing and meditate on that one thing. So it wouldn't be a car, this, that, all on one board. It would be, I want this Marvel role, period. That's it, for that. And then you have something else. I want this new car,
Right.
Yeah, so I do things separate because when it distorts your vision, you got a clear vision of what you want, and you get distorted easily. Just like sound, like when you're on the phone with somebody, and if you're on a conference call with somebody, if you're trying to talk to one person and you're on a conference call and everybody's talking at the same time, you kind of just can't get to that person. Right. So the same way with vision, like it's too many things blocking, you can actually distort the vision. So I do one thing at a time. I write one thing here, focus on that, meditate on that, then I'll write another thing and meditate on that as well.
That's dope. And it's funny too because I realize, when there's shows such as Power, that's personally my favorite show. I'm just starting out.
Oh, yeah?
It is.
Okay.
I watch Power all the time. So every time the season ends, I'm like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do now?
Right, in between.
Right, I'm like, oh great. But I want to say, so all the characters seem really dope. Even outside of their characters, when I see them, they seem to be really chill people. Who would you say that you connect with, like the most?
From Power?
Yeah.
Me and Michael Rainey, me and Tariq. We like close friends and friends with his family's mom. We real cool, like hang out, go, play basketball together, all of that.
Oh, wow.
Me and him connected like real close. We real close right now. Good friend of mine's right now.
That's
Still
dope.
to now. Yeah, it's cool. His family, it's dope. Shauna, his mom, it's a good friend of mine. So I hang out over there and go to the house, hang out with them and everything.
And I think that's really dope too because when you're working, you don't want it to feel like you're working
Right.
all the time.
No, you can't. You gotta be human too. Everything can't be so robotic and I'm working. You gotta be human too and be able to connect with people. It builds a presence and a relationship for an on-screen presence. That you get to know people. So
Makes sense. And then I heard you have a book.
yes, and it's a relationship book.
Okay.
It wasn't. Let me just say, it's not like your typical, relationship book. It's not. It wasn't made to be put out. I was literally just putting down some of my experiences and things I went through, in some past relationships, and I let a female read it, and she was like, "What are you doing with that? You should put that out like now." A girl said that. So if I'm like, all right, if a woman says that, then maybe I need to put it, because usually a woman will be like, what kind of relationship book are you going, and think you coming from your perspective might be different, so I didn't, once I heard her say, I was like, So I finished it up. I didn't want to make it like a traditional book, so I barely even edit it. It's real raw. Like, it's straight to the point. It's real raw. It's not a big, thick book or nothing like that. It's a quick read, and it's straight to the point, and it makes sense. It kind of like lets women into just a different perspective and the way to look at certain situations and different problems. So women would appreciate it. How men act in a relationship and why. I had to think about it. It's a long name. The book is called How Men Act in a Relationship and Why. And it's on Amazon and Kindle and all of that good stuff. And you'll like it. Like I got a page on Facebook for it, How Men Act in a Relationship and Why. And I put up every I say every 2 days or something, I put up a post or something that from the book or a quote or something for relationships for you to follow and stuff like that. It's cool. So follow that Facebook page, How Men Act in a Relationship and Why. And you get some good stuff on there. I got some, and I put some exclusive pictures and stuff up there. So yeah, some stuff that, you know, some celebrity friends of mine. Sometimes I put a picture of me and somebody up or something. You know,
So let me ask you. So it's real. All those stories are real. Like your real life.
Yeah. Which
Wow.
way? Which ones in the book?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. If
Wow.
I say in the book, sometimes I say example or, you know, true story. Those are all real things that happen to me.
Okay.
You know, so, and it wouldn't be authentic if it wasn't. That's what makes the book different. It's like somebody can make up something to you and tell you a story, but I'm literally telling you what happened to me so that you can get a real perspective on how to deal with certain situations, because this actually happened.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
you're welcome. I'm gonna just ask. I don't know if you thought about this, but you know, you want to make that into a skit or something?
Oh, no.
No.
Nah. I don't need the controversy, relationship controversy in doing skits and stuff like that with relate. Like, I don't know.
Okay. So that.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you're working on now that we may not know about yet?
Yeah. I just finished shooting the Purge 4.
Okay.
It'll be out in July. It's a real big film. Universal's behind the film. Of course, you know the Purge brand is huge. Purge 1, 2, and 3 was crazy. So the 4 is sort of like the prequel to the whole story, and it's dope story. It's got like really mostly the main characters are all black cast. So it's dope. Centered around Staten Island. It's called the Island Experiment, and man, we had fun shooting that.
Yo, that sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, horror movies are always good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it gets you in one of those comfortable vibes sometimes. I don't know, it's weird. It like scares you, but you're also like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what happens next.
Right.
It's weird.
You're anxious to see what's behind the corner or the next door. And who's gonna pop out or who's gonna get their head cut off.
Right, and I'm excited when you said it's all black cast, so I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
that guy dies first.
Yeah. Right. Right. It's not gonna be traditional. Let me just say that. It's not gonna be what people usually expect from the Purge.
Okay.
This is gonna be something totally different, and it's a twist on it, a funny twist, without me telling you the whole thing. So, it's a funny twist on it that's gonna have you like, oh, so it's good. It's July 4th.
And very last question, I just want to know, do you have a dream role or a dream actor that you really want to work with?
Yeah, good question. There's a few people I want to work with. I like Don Cheadle. I definitely want to do something with Don Cheadle. It's so many, man. It's a lot. I just missed working with Omar Epps. He's coming in. Not Omar Epps, I'm sorry. Mike Epps.
Okay.
A friend of mine is working on something that he might jump into, and I might be able to get into that project. One of my favorite comedians. That's just on comedy side. I don't get a chance to do comedy that much, because of course they see me as the bad guy.
Right.
Which is no problem. I like playing the bad guy, but I like comedy too, so I don't get a chance to really do comedy a lot, but I like comedy, so I wanted to do something with Mike Epps. Who else I would do something? I like Morgan Freeman. Who else? My dream role is to get into something. I'm in the Marvel show, but I'm not one of the characters with the abilities, with the powers. My dream role is to play somebody that has the powers.
Dope.
That's one. And another dream role of mine is like, I'm into the vampire, werewolf, the type of underworld, and those type of things. So that's one of my dream roles.
That's dope. So you guys heard it here first.
Yep.
Just so you know, he's a really cool guy. As you can see through the interview, not a killer.
Definitely not killer out there.
Thank you so much for coming through today.
Thank you for having me. Make sure y'all following me on IG, Jermel Howard, and that's on everything. IG, Instagram, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
Snapchat,
Twitter.
Twitter, and all that good stuff.
Baby, I gotta make it.